And one local author hopes you'll pick up one of his 8 novels this summer. Sean Lindsay, author and historian, joins us now. Good morning, sir.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure to be here.
Yeah.
We're very happy to have you because we didn't know this, but at one point you were in this building. How funny is that?
I'm Sean Alemayehu Tewodros. I'm author and historian, and I hope to one day bring much history back to Ethiopia and give you back the pride and the heritage and the history that has always belonged to you. I just made an excuse not to pay attention till I started like, oh, Israel the next place. And I was like, okay, let's go. I'm working the whole year to come over to Israel.
Wow.
And there are books hidden in libraries which I'm now going to take the time to explore and find more information. But there are books in Giz, Amharic, even the Bible. They have Bibles in America which has 81 books. And now we look at the Bible today and it's 66 books. So, my mind is trying to find original books and hopefully learn them hard soon, Giz soon, to be able to translate and read it, because America is holding the history of Ethiopia also, right there. Won't say nothing about it to us. All the places I ever traveled, not once. Israel was the last place I would have thought.
Really? Wow.
This book here, this is based on the series, and I retraced the lineage. We're starting with the biblical family of Abraham, Ishmael, and mother Hagar, Dinah, the 13th of the tribe. So I go in depth with those books and just use the Bible and then go to these places and with the photos verify that, hey, this is real, Yes, and it was one of my favorite jobs I ever did. The experience and everything. So just to be back in this building today, on the other end, it's incredible.
Full circle, right?
So you've written 8 books so far.
Yes.
Yeah, what are they about?
See, now you have people that were trying to stop you. You have people trying to get in there, get in your way from being able to achieve your goal of being able to go, right?
Yes.
Now, what were you doing all this time? Were you documenting these things? Were you putting on paper these things? How were you documenting this? What were you doing to make this thing happen for yourself?
What I do want to say, I want to address to all Ethiopian people, the spirituality roots are older than most history. You are great people. You come from a great past. Most of your history has been removed, but it will be replaced. Not replaced, it will be restored and brought back. Doctrine and scriptures that's been here before us. So it's about, for me, just getting everything back in line so people can see now. This is Enoch. You decide if you want to like this book or not, but we're not going to let someone decide to hide a book from you. You know what I mean? We don't know that we're going to make you a millionaire. What's going to happen? And who are they to decide this? So even today, this stuff is still going on. It's important to read and make sure that what they have you believing in is can be found, because your soul is here. It's with all that you have left, and your dignity and salvation and everything will become upon you once you learn to seek out the truth. I hopefully and pray one day that all the images will come and you will see who you are, where you come from, and most importantly, where you're going in the future. My whole thing, and many of my books, I have biblical scriptures all through it, and it doesn't necessarily mean that it's coming from the King James. It's meaning that it's a scripture that has something to do with this chapter. It may not be the same time frame, but the situation is identical. Or better yet saying, I feel that the people of the past in the Bible are us, the same people of today, and we're still going through this cycle. We still reading about ourselves. So that's why when they throw out images, it leaves us confused because we don't know we're looking at ourselves, you know. When I did was photos, videos, and writing for everywhere I was going. But I wasn't writing saying I'm putting a book together. I'm saying I was writing to make sure I had the, you know, information correct and things like that. It just turned into a book from there. But I wanted to establish a goal of because when I found information to give to the Ethiopians, many of them were not aware of this information. So I had to take it to the next step of working on which books are being translated into the language Amharic for the Ethiopians, so they can understand what it is I'm trying to express. So language barrier can play a big part, but many of them do speak English, and there's been people in minister positions, ambassador positions, who are very supportive of the movement that I'm doing as far as discovering myself, and they recognize that I do come from that family. You know, I don't want to go too deep and too far into that, but you know, because the whole point is you can always go back into the past, but we have to say what is right now on the table. You know, are we going to look back and say we have anger now, or someone did this, or I get in rulership, I'm going to do this to them? Then see, that's the problem. You know, we're looking at, okay, this was an experience we went through, we survived it. How do we make better for ourselves and for our future? And if we don't have any blueprint, let's find someone, or let's look for ourselves.